Hello everyone, welcome to Katharine's Creatures. This is episode 45, and this is a series where we get a touch base on mythological beast, beings, and the like, pulled from lore worldwide. And I always like to preface by saying that I am not a linguist. I fully acknowledge that, so if I mispronounce anything, I do apologize in advance. I do try my best. Now, with that said, this week we're actually going to go to Inuit mythology and their religion, and talk about the Ijiraaq, which is the singular version, and the plural is Ijirait. And this is a form of shapeshifter kind of creature. And they're well known for kidnapping children, hiding them away, and then abandoning them. Now, obviously there are different ways to kind of prevent this issue. There is actually a special kind of stone that has a couple different names. And I'm going to look at it because I will mess up. It is the Inuk Sugak or Inuk Suk. Okay, hopefully I got that right. But this particular type of stone, if it's in the possession of the children, helps them find their way home. But first they have to actually bribe the Ijiraq to release them in the first place. So once they're released, the stone will help them get back home. And we'll go a little bit into the why of that in a very short time. Now, the Northern Baffin dialect actually translates the name Ijiraq as shapeshifter. I'm gonna get this. So again, former shapeshifter, and the interesting of this one is this particular type of shapeshifter can shapeshift into any kind of living thing. There's no limitations on what form it can take, and so because of that can be perceived as quite deceitful. There are obviously ways you can kind of figure out if whatever you're looking at, be it a simple fox or rabbit or another human looking form, is this Ijiraaq. And that is through their eyes. Their eyes are supposed to be described as red. No matter what form they take, they have these brilliant red eyes. Now, their natural form actually is very human-like in appearance, but the difference is their eyes and their mouth are sideways along their face. And would be a clear kind of determination that this is not a normal human you're dealing with. But this particular kind of creature, the Ijiraaq, is very interesting because they're hard to see in general. Now, the reason being is if you are hunting in the area where one of these entities lives, you might see them or identify them by some kind of image or figure at the corner of your eye. But if you try to look at them directly, all of a sudden they become elusive again. So you can see movements in your peripherals, but not necessarily directly. And again, it makes them really hard to find and track down. They can be helpful at times. They can also be fatally deceptive. So there's a wide range if this is a creature you want to deal with or not. More often, probably not. They inhabit a kind of realm, or it is believed they inhabit a realm kind of between two worlds. They are neither inside nor are they outside our world or our realm. And sometimes it is believed that, well, there are actually a couple beliefs of how they came to be, and that kind of plays into the concept of between two worlds. Certain Inuits from, again, the Northern Baffin area think that people, their own kind, travel too far north where the realms of the living and the dead kind of merge a little bit, and these creatures, the Ijiraaq or the Ijirait, plural, come from those people who got stuck somewhere in between the living and the dead and become these entities. So kind of creepy in that sense too. But entities between two worlds, they do lure people off, especially children. And if someone accidentally travels too far, again, usually they're depicted in the northern area, very, very north, it ends up in the world or the realm of these creatures, the human gets lost and can't find their way home. So terrifying that way as well. But interesting creatures, interesting philosophy. I've read a lot of stuff about shapeshifters before, but this one kind of encompasses a lot of things from shape-shifting lore you may have heard before, to kind of almost spirit realm lore and ghosts. And so it's an interesting blend between those things, as well as kind of almost fae representations of these otherworldly entities luring people away. And sometimes, maybe, maybe not, those people can return one day. So that is what I have right now on the Ijirait. If you have any questions about this entity or anything else, mythological or otherwise, post them in the comments below or message me on social media. And until next time, Skål.